Alright, let's do a kind of a comparison and indoor beam shot discussion about these two. We got the Arkfeld Ultra. This one's the blue model, which was a discounted one because of a finish issue that Olight had, and they sold it for like 50% off. But normally the Ultras are around 90 to 100 bucks, I believe. And this is like 109 new retail. This is the EDC29 by Nitecore. Similarities, they're both flat style EDC knives. They're supposedly pretty tough. Differences obviously is kind of the shape and the build. This one's got an outside LED. This one, they both use different charging methods. This one they used Olight's MCC, or their magnetic charging, which takes the whole back, so you don't really have a tail switch option. So everything's operated by the side switch. And this one uses a USB-C port, which is right here, and everything is tail switch operated. With a physical lockout switch, which I absolutely love. That's the biggest addition that I went with this, if we're over the 25 and 27. They have the 23 now, which is just a shorter one. You know, less output, but as far as their outputs go, advertised outputs, this one has 3 levels plus turbo, so it's got 15 at low, 100 for medium, and 400 lumens for high, and a turbo I think is 1400 at startup. This one, it's got 15 low, 100 next to that, 100 lumen, then 400, then 1200 high. Then it's got a 3000 lumen search mode, like a spotlight, and a 6500 lumen shield mode, which uses all of the 18 LEDs, which is the biggest advantage. This one does the light thing better. This one is more versatile. You can see right here, you have 2 main LEDs in the middle, and then each of those have 8 LEDs surrounding them, so you've got 18 total LEDs on this one, whereas on the Ultra, the Arkfeld, you've got 1 LED with a domed, it looks like a tiara lens. You've got a UV light here, and then a laser here. So obviously you're limited to, I mean, you can see the limitations as far as how much light can be produced by the LEDs. You've got 18 times more LEDs producing light for this one. Advantages of this one, though, is this one is a neutral white version, which is a little bit more neutral, less green, versus the cooler white. This one is, you know, probably 6,000 to 6,500 Kelvin as far as, so it's definitely a cooler white color, so you get a greenish tint. That's just the way the EHI things work. But this one uses orange peel reflectors. They're both going to be limited to battery size, body size. You can only regulate so much thermal, you know, heat, and you know. That's one thing I've heard people complain about with this is, oh, you only get 8 seconds of turbo. It's like, well, you got to temper your expectations, guys. If you want a light that does 3000 lumen plus for an extended period of time, you're going to have a bigger light. This is a pocketable EDC light that just so happens to have a high output, which is limited to how hot it gets and the battery size. And this one, for example, it's the same, but with only 1 LED, it's a little bit more tempered. Let's see right here. So this is, that's the UV. So that's low. That's this 15 lumen mode. It's a lot. I'm sorry about my dirty desk, guys. Maybe it'll kind of give you the. So that's 15 lumens. Can't really see it over there, but you can see it on my backpack. It's a nice neutral white. It's not very, you know, blue or green, and not too warm. It's kind of right in the middle. And it's more of a diffused, not a really defined hotspot, but you can kind of see the spill on there, so that's 15. For the same lumen count, obviously the candela will be different. Here is the tighter hotspot for 15 lumens on the Nitecore. You can see it kind of has a bluish green tint to it. You can kind of see it coming off that palette there. All right. And as you get closer, you can kind of see how those work. So those are going to operate off those 2 main middle LEDs. Now let's go to the 100, which is, I think, a good medium. This is what I mostly use it for. This is the 400 lumen. This is the medium for Olight. Again, a lot larger spill. It's a lot more diffused because it's not throwing it out. It's more pushing it out in a larger area. And again, it's a lot more of a neutral white color. And this is a good, you know, pocketable EDC, you know, light. This isn't a specialized tool. It's, you know, for carrying around, for looking for stuff. Not a tactical tool or something like that. Now let's go to the same thing. 100 lumens on the Nitecore. Just a brighter hotspot, but a lot tighter hotspot. As you can see, it throws a lot further out because of the candela. So, you know, they're apples to oranges, really. So let's go to 400 lumens, which is next to the highest as far as regular modes for the Nitecore. Again, tighter hotspot. It's gonna throw a lot easier now, which I do really like. Again, it's pretty green. I don't know if you guys can tell on video. And now let's go to the 400 lumen mode on the Olight. Again, it's kind of kissing that board, and you can kind of see it on there. But again, this is more for a general EDC use. But again, the tint's a lot better in my eyes to me, but it definitely doesn't throw as far, but it's got a lot bigger flood with that one. Now with turbo, this one hits 1400 lumens, and this one is high is 1200 lumens. So let's go to turbo, and you're kind of reaching out there now. And this one, again, it's a lot bigger area of light is coming out of that guy. So now we'll go to 1200 lumens regular, and it's kissing off that stuff well, but you can, like I said, it's kind of a greener tint. But like I said, this isn't really more for like aesthetically pleasing light. It's more for like pushing the light out there in a smaller body. Now the cool thing about this is you have 1200 lumens, which is close to the highest that the Arkfeld can go, but it also has 3000 spot. And then the 6500 lumen shield mode, which is, you can see the wall of light that it just produced. Of course, it's counting down because you can only push that kind of light out for so long in such a small body. Whereas this one, I'm sure, will sustain the 1400 lumens, at least for a minute or two. Double click for turbo. And like I said, if you're looking for something that can push out that much lumens or that much light for an extended period of time, you're gonna want a larger light. These are pocketable, pocket-friendly, easy to carry, flat style lights. You're limited to a flat proprietary battery. You may not have a traditional charging solution for it. And this one, I think it's a great light. I really do. If you are going to be using the laser and UV a lot. Me, I don't. And there's other stuff I want to go for it. But as far as the outputs, those are kind of, you know, 15 to 15, 100 to 100, and 400 to 400, or 420, I believe. Now, the one that Van just does have is it's got an actual moonlight mode, which is like 1 lumen, I believe. I don't know if I actually activated it. There we go, that's 100, or that's 1 lumen, then 15, 100, and 400, and then turbo. But yeah, those are just my day one carrying of this, and kind of using it side by side versus the Nitecore to kind of get a good idea of how they are. But they're similar builds, similar idea, different applications. You know, you kind of choose which one you want. Do you need the light and laser? Do you want a more specialized light? You know, go with that. Do you like Olight's, you know, proprietary charging system? Do you not like it? I mean, you got to make that choice for yourself. And you know what sells it better. The pocket clip works a lot better on this guy. I think this is a little uglier. It's a little more plain, but the sides are grippy. But this is kind of smooth, and apparently, this is 1.4x stronger than aluminum. This is proprietary Olight. This is just steel and carbon fiber stuff, which helps heat dissipation, which I don't know if that actually makes a difference. It still gets pretty damn hot. And this clip is tight as fuck, and it does not get carried that deep. Which doesn't matter to me, but it may for you. Just wanted to kind of put that out there, but the big thing is the physical lockout switch. That is awesome, so you can't accidentally press it and burn a hole in your pocket, because that is a lot of light. That's 3000, and then this 6500. I mean, that is a wall of light, guys, from a little light. Of course, it's only going to run a couple of seconds. But anyway, this video has kind of gone long enough. Just initial thoughts as far as actual walking around use in the daytime. I'll probably have night beam shots of these later. So y'all take it easy. Let me know what y'all want to know about it.